Sports Freak 56 coming at you with my first Notre Dame video of the 2015 college football season. And I do apologize, guys, for missing last week. It was totally out of my hands. My computer legit crapped out on me, and I could not make any videos whatsoever at all. So I do apologize. That's probably the first time in like 3 years that I've missed the opening week of Notre Dame football. I hope everybody had a great Labor Day weekend. I know Notre Dame fans sure had a great opening day and Labor Day weekend because Notre Dame beat Texas 38-3, and I could not think of a better way to start out the college football season with Notre Dame doing that. Notre Dame sure impressed me in that opening game. I'm not going to go too much into it because I didn't make a preview video, so I don't feel like it is necessary to do a recap of that game. But I was thoroughly impressed with Notre Dame. Normally I have, things that Notre Dame could work on and whatnot, but not so much in that game. So let's get on to it. Notre Dame is taking on the University of Virginia in Charlottesville, Virginia, and a little bit of background about Virginia. Virginia is a public school with about 14,000 undergrads and 6,000 grad students. So it's about 20 to 21,000 students total at University of Virginia. So not huge, but a lot bigger than Notre Dame, where Notre Dame only has about 8,000 students total. So, other things about Virginia. Famous alums include Tina Fey, if you were huge into SNL. Tina Fey made a name for herself when she spoofed, made fun of, however you want to say it, of Sarah Palin back in the 2008 presidential election, when Sarah Palin ran as the vice president with running mate John McCain. Edgar Allan Poe is another huge famous alum from Virginia, and if you don't know who Edgar Allan Poe is, you need to go home and rethink your life. And finally, Laura Ingraham, former lawyer, and she is now a conservative talk show host. One of the few that I can actually stand and deal with, because most of the conservative talk show hosts are sellouts and rhinos, in my opinion. And that's the only time you'll probably ever hear me mention politics on this channel. So Virginia lost their first game. What was it? 34-16 to UCLA. It was in UCLA's territory in Los Angeles. Virginia's one of those teams that they have decent seasons. They're not super fantastic. They're not super bad. Kind of middle pack average team. And it's cool that Notre Dame gets to play them because Virginia is a new team to Notre Dame's schedule. Notre Dame plays Stanford and Southern Cal and Georgia Tech on some years, in Miami, Michigan State. But now that Notre Dame has joined the ACC conference, Virginia is one of the schools that they will be playing, hopefully on a regular basis. And it's cool to see teams that Notre Dame doesn't play mostly. Virginia's not a football school. So to expect them to be a huge threat to Notre Dame is, an understatement. Or not something to be worried about. I don't know why I said understatement there. Lacrosse, yeah. University of Virginia, whether it's women's or men's lacrosse, top 10, if not top 5 every year. Basketball, they are a force in basketball, but football, not so much. So does Notre Dame have their work cut out for them? No, not really. Should Notre Dame be careful? Yes. Notre Dame should definitely be careful because you know what? It's football. You never know. Anybody can win on any given Saturday in college football. We've seen it. Notre Dame's seen it. A lot of these major big teams have seen it. One year, University of Louisiana Monroe, beat Alabama. Michigan lost to Appalachian State one year. Notre Dame's lost to Northwestern in the past. So football is a game that anybody can win. If Notre Dame makes bonehead mistakes and gives Virginia opportunities, Virginia could beat them. Will it happen? I hope not. So we will see. I'm not too worried about Notre Dame in this game. They looked really good in the Texas game, firing on all cylinders. Notre Dame did not struggle at all in that Texas game. Virginia should be not an easy win. I hate saying that about opponents. I really hate saying that about opponents. But Notre Dame shouldn't struggle in this game. If Notre Dame struggles, then I would be legit worried about that and about them. Malik Zaire looks great. Will Fuller looks fantastic. Brosice looks good. You know, I'll see what, and we will see as Notre Dame fans what Notre Dame does with the running back position. Now that it's like, oh, who's going to play running back for Notre Dame? We will see. Virginia, the only person to really look out for on the offensive ball, his name is Taquan Mazel. I hope I pronounced his name right. He leads University of Virginia football in receiving and rushing yards. So he is like their threat, and if Notre Dame can shut him down, then Notre Dame should win this game easily. You know, defense, Notre Dame's defense should be more than up to this task of stopping Virginia. It shouldn't be too hard. The offense, I just want to see less penalties on offense. I preach it every video. 3 things. Limit the turnovers. Get turnovers. And limit the penalties. If you do those 3 things, you will win the football game. 9 times out of 10. Probably 10 times out of 10. There were too many penalties in the Texas game. It's fine when you're in control and you have the game where you want it, but you know, and it'll probably be all right against Virginia. But when it comes time to play Virginia Tech, or not Virginia Tech, I'm sorry, Georgia Tech. Sorry, Georgia Tech, for that extreme insult. When it comes time to play Georgia Tech, Southern Cal, you know, these teams, you cannot give them any ground. And making penalties, committing penalties, however you want to say it, is the easiest way of giving them ground. It's free yards for them. So do not do that. Limit the freaking penalties. There were too many bonehead mistakes against Texas. And like I said, it's not a big deal when you're in control, but if you're down by 3 or down by a touchdown and it's been a tight game the whole game, you cannot make those mistakes. So this should be a pretty fun game for Notre Dame. I doubt it will be fun for Virginia. Could Virginia upset Notre Dame? Of course they could, but we will see. As long as Joe Schmidt and Jalen Smith, I always get his last name wrong. I always say Strong or Smith. Pretty sure it's Smith. Gosh, shoot me. But yeah, as long as Notre Dame's defense plays the way they played against Texas in this game against Virginia, we should coast to an easy victory. I wish Virginia nothing but the best. I hope to see no injuries. But it's just one of those games where you just totally expect Notre Dame to win the game. I'd love to see Notre Dame's defense pitch a shutout. Do I think it'll happen? I just don't know. It's on the road, so we will see. But as long as Notre Dame limits the turnovers and limits the penalties and doesn't make stupid mistakes and converts the way that they were converting against Texas, it should be a pretty fun, easy victory. So that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and if you like this video, smash that like button down below. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. God bless, and go Irish. Beat Virginia.